Okay, today I do sound a little, I'm trying to get over another cold. So I'm hoping I can do this and get through this without coughing or anything. But we had our big fall sale here last weekend. And as we were cleaning out the garage, I found these. Well, not that. These were inside the garage. Now, these are probably from a light of some kind, but they looked just like pumpkins. So I'm like, we're not selling those. I want to make something with them. So yesterday I was down here and I was like, they were sitting here and I'm like, how can we make these pumpkins? So easy peasy pumpkins from just a found thing in our garage. Or I'm sure I picked them up at a yard sale, restore or something. I do like them the way they are. They'd be cool to just do, like a wood bead type of thing too, but this was even simpler. And so all you need is, you can find these things at Restore a lot. We find light fixtures and things all the time. And like, think of these like, the lampshades when you take off the fabric and then what's underneath, kind of like that. So anyway, look and see what's in your garage, just, that you just random things are in your garage, in your attic that you can turn into other things. So burlap ribbon, I had some green left over and that actually, I used all of that. But then I had this other color, which will be perfect for pumpkins too, which at one point I got at Goodwill for $1.88. I always look for this kind of stuff at thrift stores because I know I got this at a thrift store as well or a yard sale. But I think it's from Michael's, but I know I didn't get it there. So I'm always looking, be on the hunt for that stuff because it's inexpensive to buy. You can kind of, pick up things that you can use for every season. And then when a project strikes or an idea strikes, you have it all in hand and you're not running out to pay retail. So I just had the burlap ribbon. It's a thick ribbon, so I don't have, don't have to use a lot of it to cover this. And then I had a couple of different strings you could use. I have some ribbon that I used at the top. And then I always have wood beads. Always. I always pick those up too when I find them. So I'm going to kind of move this down so you can see what I'm doing. So we are officially in fall here in Iowa. So I'm super happy about that. It's my favorite season. Today's going to be beautiful. It's been kind of cold here. So today it's going to be like 65. And then I think over the weekend it's going to be 75. It's our, what is it tomorrow? It's our 22nd wedding anniversary tomorrow, which is fun. But when you're not, feeling the best, that's not fun. But so it's going to be a beautiful weekend for that. I just love this time of year. So I would love to know if you're here, what's the weather like right now? Where do you live and what's the weather like? I always feel bad if people don't really get fall, but here in Iowa, I feel like we don't get it for long. It's like we go straight from summer to winter, which I hate. I want this fall weather to last. I'd be fine if it lasted 8 months out of the year, to be completely honest. I love it that much. Okay, so this is all I did. Easy projects. Oh, I did get, I have the hot glue gun going as well. Easy projects are my favorite. This is something that I can take apart next year. If I found something else that I wanted to do with these, I can take it apart and still reuse everything pretty much. So all I did was I put this on top of the burlap ribbon and I kind of measured, you can kind of see what I'm doing. I kind of measured for the first one here where I could bring up the end and then this is wired ribbon. I recommend wire ribbon all the time because it's just good. It's just easy to use and you can bend it and put it where you want it. And then all I did was I would lift this up with the green and then I cut it kind of right there where I can shove that other end in. I mean, really easy peasy. I hope you all have a Restore where you live. If not a Restore, like some kind of junk shop or where you can, they have things like this that people can drop off. So basically this is what it looks like right now. they're just good. And some restores are better than others. We've been out of town, you know, and we'll run into one. We definitely stop because, hello. And some are just, I definitely have my favorites near us. I'm just doing the same thing again. I just turned it and I'm just doing the same thing. I definitely have our favorites. No two restores are alike. And it's funny because over the years, as the volunteers or workers have changed, the prices have changed. And just like like the sales and the way they price things are different across every restore. So definitely, if you do have a restore and can shop one, definitely learn how their sales go. So now, again, I'm just doing the same thing again because one of my favorites, it's like they rotate through things every week. So it's like different colored tags, you know. So this week it's full price, but then next week it'll be 25% off. And the week after that it's 50% off. And which I think for shops like that, it's so smart. I wish thrift stores would do that so they kind of got rid of their stuff faster but whatever. But so yeah, so then make sure always, I've always said that too, always thrift stores, whatever, make sure you know their sales and how they run them. And but it has changed. It has changed. Even here, I get people that say, oh, your thrift stores are so much better. Mine aren't like that. Ours have definitely changed over the years. So, especially in the last couple of years. So I feel you. I totally get it. And I have not been in so long. I got a cold, or not a cold. They actually put me on a sinus infection a couple weeks ago. I was on meds for 10 days, had an antibiotic, and then I got this like 4 days later. And I'm like, what is happening? Went in, got tested for everything. Everything's negative. You just caught another virus. And I don't get sick often. And I have been hit hard. So I'm hoping this is it for the rest of the winter. So with this one, I just kind of moved the burlap around because I didn't have enough of it. So what I found was easiest is, okay, so I've got it kind of covered, but I've got this extra gap, and this will hold down better when you put the top in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of find the bigger gap, because then you can maneuver these around. So I'm gonna add one more layer just so that I have that extra kind of, let me go right here. Let's go this way. I have an extra, what am I trying to say? Width of the burlap to play with around the whole piece. Anybody else just love simple projects where it's not that hard. You can change it up to what fits your home and style. I love repurpose projects are my favorite always. When you can take something and turn it into something else. They're just, I love them. I will always do them. We recently did, if you follow along on YouTube, we did this, oh my gosh, it's amazing. We pulled this piece from a barn, and it was a piece of something else at one point, obviously. But it couldn't be used the way it was, and so we figured out a way to make it amazing. I wish I could have kept it. We didn't have any space for it, so I did sell it at our yard sale, but it was really cool. But that's been my favorite over the last couple weeks that we've done. Okay, so all I'm doing is kind of maneuvering this around. I can put another one on there. But do you see what I mean? Like I've kind of got that extra layer here. You can use hot glue. I didn't on any of the sides here. Since I've got it, I'm gonna do another one. The green, I just had enough. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it right here. You could totally like overlap this. You could do separate colors. I'm making it now though, so my hole is getting smaller and smaller up here. Obviously, the more you stuff in here, the smaller your hole is gonna get. So I'm gonna say that's it. So what I did, and then I can maneuver these around. So do you see what I mean? Then you can kind of pull these around so then you don't see the wire. You get the idea. So I won't do that here. Then I went out and I looked for sticks, wood mulch, you know, obviously branches, whatever you have. Here, I loved this one. I used actually 2 pieces of mulch and just put them together to get the stem. But this one has a lot more burlap. Oh, look at that. So once you shove this down in it, it kind of holds all your burlap or your ribbon in there, which is just like an extra little. No pumpkins are perfect. Let me just kind of move that. Okay, I'm gonna stop fussing with that. So then this now, it was just kind of like I just wanted to add a decorative, you know, little thing on the top. So what I did, this ribbon is thick. It's green. I love it. I think I did actually get this at Walmart a couple Christmases ago. But since it's so thick, you can get a few things out of one little section of it. So cut it down into, this is a smaller, you know, it's a smaller stem. So cut your ribbon down. Then I actually have 3 pieces here of ribbon that you can use. So these are my infamous, I've showed this before, fabric scissors that the kids like to use for paper because it cuts so well. So anyway, so then what I did was, I'm even folding this in half. I mean, this is, you can do whatever you want here. I just kind of added a little ribbon. Obviously find out where you want the front of your pumpkin to be. Because that's where you want to definitely kind of do your ribbons or your top. And so I just added this little guy, then I can cut that. And then I wanted to add some of this orange, like rope. And I doubled it up, cut it, kind of added that around. This is what the wood beads went on. Oh, I should have grabbed some different colored. That's okay, I'll just use these. That's what's here. And you know, these aren't gonna be thrown around, so it's not like you have to glue everything down and tighten them. I kind of wanna hang on one second. I'm gonna grab some different colored. If you're at your thrift stores, you can sometimes find, you remember those, I don't get them at all, but I think they were car seat covers. That's not what these are, but there's just, you'll find wood beads on things. Like you may not find a bag of wood beads, but you'll find, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like a car seat cover, but they were made out of beads. Does this even make sense? Anyway, so just keep your eye out at your thrift stores for wood beads on things or made out of things, because then I will come home and just cut the thing apart just for the beads alone. Ooh. Okay, so then I'm just adding, I'm gonna add 3 beads. That's what I did, I think, on the other one. And so I just took, I'm just threading them through this okay, so do you remember how I took a longer piece of this, then I put it in half and I cut it. So then this gives me kind of two pieces of yarn here, and then I just kind of tie knots. I'm gonna keep tying it because I just want to make it bigger so they don't fall off, because I kind of want the tail here at the bottom. So that's kind of what you get, if that makes sense. And then I don't make a fancy bow or anything. It's just a bow. Kind of play around with it until you get what you like. This one's not gonna work for me because I'm here live. So let me see if you have any questions. Is there anybody here? Okay. I can see people. want a little bit bigger one. And then I also have this baker's twine. I love baker's twine, like the red and white, orange and white. And so I added that as well, just for another pop of color. But yeah. Are you guys decorating for fall? Is it still too early where you are? I know a lot of people like to hang on to summer. I get it. I wish we could have the summer break and schedule during the fall season. Is that too much to ask? It's just the best. The weather is just amazing. It just needs to last longer. I'm trying to do this quick here for you guys. So anyway, you get the gist. Then you can fold this over, cut it, fold this over and cut it, or leave the ends. I just did that the wrong way because I'm rushing. Stop rushing. Okay, and the same thing goes for here. So you can definitely, I think I did them double on this one. I did. You're just making a little tail. I love striped ribbon too. Wired ribbon, I love it because you can, okay, that one is too short, so I will cut that. Because you can kind of, move it around and get it exactly how you want it. So like this ribbon, I will sit here and fluff this for a while, but you can get it exactly how you want it. So then I hot glued this on. I'm gonna do this right now. Then I am gonna add some of the baker's twine, the orange and white baker's twine. Okay, this I'm gonna cut down. I should have dug deeper for some smaller beads, but that's okay. Where's the baker's twine? Here we go. Same thing, when I have little string like this, but I want it to make more, kind of be thicker or make more of an impact. So I'll cut a piece, and I do this on Christmas gifts too, or birthday gifts. I will double it or triple it. Let's see, let's do this. Just so then it's thicker with like the thicker or the tinier strings and ribbon. And then it just makes, that hot glue's not dry yet, but hopefully it'll stay. Just makes it a little more, you know what I mean? A little more beefier. That is like the worst word. I don't even know, but you know what I mean? More substantial so you can see it better. And then I will cut this here, and then yeah, sit here and fluff this ribbon, so the bow, so it looks where I want it, but easy peasy. It's so funny when we are setting up for our yard sales, and we're I've said this before, like I'm always cleaning things out and I'm always purging, and so I always go out to the garage with Matt and I'm like, okay, we're not going to use this. And then when I find things like this, it's like, yes, those look like little pumpkins. Let's bring those in and I'll make some pumpkins. But easy peasy project with things that you have on hand. But yeah, so it's, Jana, I've been doing fall forever, it seems. I'm ready for Christmas. Okay. Matt and Gabrielle want me to, I've always decorated for Christmas early because I usually have to get content out early. And so Matt and Gabrielle are like, they're already listening to Christmas music. Sometimes I'll walk in the house and I'm like, you guys. So they're really excited about it. They are just, I don't know what it is. They both are. I mean, we all love Christmas. Landon is just like, okay, we're already listening to Christmas music, but Matt and her are already getting into it, and they want to be decorated. Matt's like, I want it up for like 2 or 3 months. And since I usually have to decorate so early, I'm ready for it to go down then after Christmas, but they are ready to get it like up and going. But I'm not there yet. I saw you follow Velvet and Linen. I'd have to look. The name doesn't sound familiar, so I will have to look. I don't know. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Robin, thank you. Happy early birthday. November 14th is my birthday. I better be well by then. Oh, our local resource is awful, dirty, unorganized, and they never have colored tag sales. I just don't understand it. Like those resale shops and things like that, I think they would want to move their items. I'm like, just let me help you. You're not going to get, I don't know. It's just, in southern Indiana, it's cold for 3 days, warning up again. Yeah, it's been cold here too. So now we're getting some more warmer weather. So that's good. I don't love that, Robin. Our restores become more of a new store, very little used stuff. That's not fun. 50 degrees, high of 70 today. Perfect. Yeah, the 30s. This morning it was 35 here. Hello in West Michigan, yes. 44 years. Oh my gosh, happy anniversary. That's amazing. Yeah, it's just been cold. Okay. These projects are fun. It's a fun way. Pick up these things, first of all. I like to share too what I'm always picking up at thrift stores and why, right? So these things are universal things that you can pick up. They're always in your thrift store. Always check the craft art section. I know it's going to look different in every thrift store because you just never know what you're going to find. Gabrielle loves art, a ton of art, and her stuff is so expensive. But I have found some of the stuff that she has like on her wish list and stuff at a thrift store, like people got it for gifts and then they just drop it off and they don't use it. So always look for this kind of stuff that you can use all year round. Wood bead garlands, I share those all the time. You can make your own if you have enough beads. But the ribbon, the burlap ribbon, those little cages, if you can find them. I'm not sure what they were, but perfect little pumpkins. But so yeah, I love projects like this, repurposing and then just using what you have. So share this video. It always helps me, but it's fun to just share projects with other people, get them to trying something else, pulling out a new tool or trying a new project is always fun for me to see people doing that. So I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm just making sure is there any other questions? I think I got through them. Got through everything. Okay. All right, guys, go make some pumpkins, share them, post a photo on Instagram. If you're decorated for fall, post a photo on Instagram and tag me at My Creative Days. I would love to see it. Just unplugging my hot glue gun so I don't forget. I would love to see what you're doing for fall. So have a great day, guys, and I will talk to you guys very soon, hopefully.